Hey guys, we are back with. I'm really excited for this presentation with Milan here. First of all, every day I look at his Instagram and I instantly feel inspired and also like a loser because he has worked out now close to 1,000 days in a row, and he's ripped as can be and an amazing athlete. And I'm sitting there drinking coffee and eating donuts, going, I got to get my act together. Uh, so Tell us about, first of all, how many days are you up to in a row so people can kind of understand? We're going to talk about how to build big habits on this little presentation here.
Well, first of all, thanks, Pete, for having me. It's really an honor and it's a pure joy. It's always nice to talk with you and yeah, to be part of the whole thing. Yeah, so far it's been 963. Today is 964th day of regular daily workouts. Of course, besides all the trainings in tennis on the tennis courts. So this is just like the workouts off the tennis court.
Hmm.
So yeah, it's been challenging but also fun, and yeah, amazing journey. I'm just happy to share it with some people, and it's amazing if somebody finds it a little bit inspiring. That's that's already like big bonus, like amazing. But I do it for myself because it really feels so good when you do it on any given day, like you said, like you create this strong discipline that I think it's very easy to transfer it in any other aspect of life, like it's
Yeah.
anytime you have a tough day or you have some tough task or some problem issue, it all become so small and solvable, and you can overcome anything. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I want everybody, if you guys don't know, check him out on Instagram. And he is doing a workout literally every single day and posting it. So it goes beyond just working out. I just want people to appreciate he's got to set up the video, he's got to do the workout, then he's got to post it. And so there's a lot of steps just to get you guys that video every day. And so the discipline it takes to do that is just unbelievable. So I want to know, first of all, how did you come up with this idea? And do you have an end date in mind? Is it just to see how long you can go before you miss a day? Or is it 1,000 and then you're going to take a little break? Like how to start and where's it going to end? Or is it going to end?
Yeah, well, first, where and how it started is it's exactly when the COVID first happened in China. If you count back, like 963 4 days, it goes exactly back to the I think it's, and I cannot tell you now. I don't know, like end of January 2020 or beginning of February. I don't know when it was officially announced, right, in Shanghai here, that we are in this lockdown mode. Not full lockdown, but most of the like facilities and sports centers got closed, right? And on that day, I just thought, well, I'm not gonna have any more tennis trainings, but I can still go out. I can find some areas I can use the stairs. So why not start doing the fitness workouts, but every day now? Because before that, I was always active and I was doing it 3 4 times a week. It's enough to keep in shape, right? But I thought, why not try and start now do it every day? But I really didn't think about, and nobody would think that this COVID can last so long. And it was just like very random, no specific idea or like looking forward to the future. Just like, let's say today's day one, and since then every single day it's documented, and I shared it on Instagram. Yes. And is there an end? Honestly, I don't think about end, because for me it's always just the process, and just being in that, I just enjoy that. So these are just numbers. It's nice to have some like big round numbers. Like I did some special workouts on days 500, and then 600, 700, and then 1000 also. Obviously it's going to be a very big day, and it's going to be crazy workout. I'm actually a bit scared because I've never attempted anything like that. So, but still, that won't be end for sure. So that's for sure. It's and when it's gonna be ending, and if there's gonna be end, I don't know, because I like to think of the whole thing as never ending. I'm obsessed with that. Like when you just don't stop. And I like the quote: if you don't quit, you cannot fail. If you don't quit, you cannot fail.
Oh,
I just say it out loud and I get the goosebumps, I think
wow.
it's amazing. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that
I mean, you obviously are just so disciplined and focused, and it's really impressive. Um, I know you grew up as a pretty serious player. I've seen you do hitting partner videos with I think Curios and Novak Djokovic, the Bryan brothers. So did you, and forgive my ignorance, but did you spend time also on the tour, playing on the ATP tour? Like, how far did you get? Are you still trying to get on tour? Like, where are you at with your tennis? What motivates you to keep training so hard? Is it to try and get back on the tour? Is it just trying to go, well, maybe I could just coach now, but I still want to see how good I can get as a player and a coach. How far did you get? Where are you at right now? What are you trying to do with the game?
a lot of questions there.
I know. I'm
I will.
sorry. I'm very
It's okay.
interested in
That's
you.
good. I get the idea. I can first answer the part about like playing professionally. I did play on the futures level, and I played a few challengers, right? And how far I got, my best result was quarterfinals at futures tournament, and the ranking was 1,200. But honestly, like being super like open, right? I didn't give myself really a good shot there because I didn't travel much. And it was only a period of 1 or 2 years where I kind of played those tournaments. And this is all in Serbia or around Serbia, right? Without coach. So this was after my college. Before college, I played also a little bit. I got one ATP point before that. So that was amazing to get ranked. But then after college, I wanted to really try, but without coach, you can imagine how difficult it is. Like you have no team, you travel alone, maybe with some other players. It's very difficult, and but still, it was amazing. So that's how far I went there, and I obviously never stopped thinking about it. And but then I got some different offers. I was studying after in London, and before that, I was traveling as a hitting partner. So the moment when I got the highest ranking, which is 1,200, but it was kind of helping me to maybe play some main draws. That could be like the point where I could have started like the snowball effect, right? Or like it could have become easier. But then I got the offer to travel with Jelena Jankovic. She was number one in the world before, and it was very tough for me, to make a decision. Do I stop playing at that moment where I'm almost at the peak, but I got this offer. It's something special as well. So I just made the decision to go with that at that moment. As of now, yeah, I'm inspired and motivated to just keep going. Number one, obviously it feels good to be in shape, and but the main thing is like about that mentality, like, and then the whole lifestyle. It literally became part of a day. Like you go in the morning, like you brush your teeth. For me, it's like I have to do the workout. It's just part of the day. But another element is I want to be super fit, so fit at any moment, because I'm still hoping, yeah, I can still play, and I want to play, and I will play at some professional tournaments. More on that a little bit later. But the second thing, I want to be ready if I get a call tomorrow from some of the pro players, because I have a contact with a few players, right? And if somebody asks me, can you travel with me? Can you come and train? I want to be ready. I want to be on a go. So that's another element, right? Because I did talk with a few players, and I got offer and I got invitation, but due to the lockdown, it was in the middle of the lockdown in the Shanghai this year. I got offered to travel to Europe and to go to Wimbledon with some player. I don't want to give the name, but I just couldn't do it because of the circumstance. But situations like that also motivates me, and I hope like I will still have a chance and go on tour with a team, because I think that kind of experience is something I'm also missing a bit. I want that top experience, with top players and top coaches more, not just as a hitting partner on one tournament, but travel on a team. So this is something I'm really like hoping uh, it can happen one day. And definitely, I need to put more effort for that. I need to reach out to people. I'm a little bit passive there. It's not gonna just happen. So, but anyways, I'm also ready for that. That's another aspect, and I hope that kind of gives you some idea. the answer?
Yeah, I mean, you seem like somebody who is just always wanting to be ready to go when an opportunity is there, and I know that's a big part of being successful in life, and it's really inspiring to see, what kind of effort you are putting forth. Now, did you? How old did you start playing tennis, and is this a mentality you've always had, or did you develop this as you've gotten older?
I started, I think I was very, very young because I always follow my dad. He was playing this amateur tournaments, right? He's a tennis player, but amateur, very high amateur level. So I was always around tennis courts. But officially, I joined the club and the program when I was 9. But I had experience, I had some knowledge. I was playing on court with my dad before that, but officially at the age of 9. And I think the moment I joined that program, because I've seen, I became part of that, the vibe, the other players, and then the club had like different levels, juniors and then pros. So I was watching them, and then I got immediately so motivated just by seeing those guys. And I have to mention one teammate, Dejan Katic. So I met him. I think I was around 12. He came to our club, and that was a different level of obsession and how to say focus and then determination. So I think I was training with him a lot, and I kind of picked up that also a bit, the discipline from him, because he was insanely disciplined, because of his lifestyle, and the whole family, they were dedicated to tennis. And I think he's a part of who I became later, because he was always there, and we pushed each other a lot. There were other guys as well, like when you have people around and that you push each other, but I would kind of separate him, because I learned a lot from him about that discipline. And I mean, he reached a very high level, and he beat guys top 100. He was just unfortunate with a lot of injuries later. He won a lot of futures though, like he was winning futures, and I think his ranking got to like 4 or 500 ATP. But again, some injuries happened. But yeah, I guess it came from that, and also from the like scarcity of life. I'm sure you heard the story from Novak Djokovic about Serbia, and the tough times we had. This like first in 90s, like the civil wars, and it was very tough. The depression, and we were living off. I mean, the salary is insane. Like parents, they earn like, the salary is enough to buy like 2 liters of milks and like 2 breads or something like that. I don't even know how we survived. So you kind of get tougher in this times, when you don't have anything, and then you just fight for everything. And also for me, tennis is obviously so expensive. It's kind of elite sport, and I never understood why my dad dragged me into tennis, right? Because he was really not able to support everything. Like all my other peers, they were traveling more. They had like really, really like amazing coaches coming from abroad, and I was always fighting for the basics, right? So I guess I had to push myself. I had to, in order to stay at that level, right? So others would have some programs and trainings and travel. I would have to do it on my own. So I had to find it. It was motivating because I wanted to get that extra edge and to catch up, right? So I had to push extra. So I would do it a lot of times on my own, in terms of the running, and then playing against the wall, serving. I did so much serving on my own. Yeah, because just had to do it on my own. I guess the whole thing, right? And then that hunger, like I wanted to uh, get to that level. I'm always chasing those guys. So, and I'm hungry and I want to feel that. So it's, yeah, I think that's all part of it.
Yeah, I think you're just hitting on so many things that again will make people successful in life, and I think also what I think, at least for me, kind of gravitated me towards the game too, is I like the individual aspect and the idea of I could go as far as hard as I worked, and the whole idea of I think you're giving really good advice for people in life, and then also if you want to get better at tennis. Um, One of the things that I always preach to our junior kids and so many kids and adults too is like you don't have to have it be a sunny day to work on your game. You don't need to have your private lesson to work on your game, your group lesson. Like if you really want to get the breakthroughs that you're looking for, it's going to come from struggling on the court and then realizing, oh my gosh, I got to work on this. And then you got to go to work by yourself sometimes and really think things out and take it step by step and hit your head against the wall a bunch of times. Because you're always just relying for your group clinic, your private lesson, your allotted time on the court. Often it's not enough time to achieve mastery in the area that you're struggling in. Would you agree with that?
Absolutely. And I'm kind of sad to see a lot of players here. Well, at least in this environment, I think China, Asia, China specifically, it's very unique in terms of like that hunger or fire, which is almost doesn't exist here. You know, most of the kids, and so I'm talking about the teenagers, right? Of course, if adults are taking classes, they will be hungry. I mean, they want to learn. They won't come and then they'll be like, ah, whatever. But the kids sometimes, actually, mostly, I don't feel that fire. Like, I try to see at least in somebody part of me when I was that age. It's very hard to see, but then every now and then there's somebody, they show up and then I can see, and then I feel so good because I can see exactly like there was this one guy and he was just obsessed. Yeah. So, but that's rare. But I think it's really, maybe it's not necessary because you still have some examples at the pro level. I don't want to name those guys, but you kind of feel like, oh, this guy is really like, he was chill. He was never like so like hardworking. You probably know like some names. Like I don't want to like call them out, and they like rely too much on their talents. But I think those guys are like, it's a very small percentage. I think most of the top pros, they're like obsessed. They were obsessed, and they had to sacrifice a lot. And I think it's much easier to accomplish things when you like just you can hold on something that you're super passionate about. So I always think, I don't know, what's your view on, if you get like a new player and you feel that he or she, like, teenager, they're really not interested. Like, do you talk to them or talk to parents and they try to explain that it's going to be very tough? Well, if they have some high ambition, right? Maybe they would say, "Oh, we want him to get to this level," right? But you feel and you see like it's almost impossible because there is no interest. Do you still think like, okay, my job as a coach is to maybe bring that interest, like, and like kind of make him more into it, engaged, or you just like, it's gonna be very tough, so
Yeah.
you want to talk to parents. Maybe it's better that they try a different sport. I don't know what's your view there, because I'm
Well,
always
my
like,
my my view is not a different sport. Now we
okay,
we talked about having a shorter interview, but this is going to open up a whole
oh,
can of worms.
I'm
So
sorry.
here's my
Yeah,
here. No, this is fine. As long as you're fine on time, let me know if you need to go. He's in China, guys.
it's
So,
fine. Yeah.
well, here's my thought on junior tennis, and I think a lot of adults would be interested to hear this too. If the parents and the kids say like, I want my kid to go play at Stanford, and they're not working hard, obviously you need to have to talk with the kids and the parents saying, you know, they're not working near hard enough to even go play Division 1 college tennis. And really, Division 1 college tennis in the United States is almost as much of a pipe dream as playing professional tennis,
Sure.
because all foreigners come and take almost every single spot on the college teams now. I mean, even the Division 2 and the Division 3 and obscure Division 1 teams, there's very few spots for Americans. I think like the top
Mm,
100 American
mm,
players have got a spot, on a good team, and
wow.
then after that, they just go fishing outside, in other ponds in other countries. So the kids really need to understand that they're just not competing against the best kid at the club, the best kid in the county, the best kid in the state, even the best kids in the country. They're competing against the best kids in the world if they want to play college tennis. Now, you got a decision to make. Either A, they do want to play college tennis, they're going to have to work a million times harder. That's the only way it's going to happen. Or if they don't want to do it, I don't say leave the sport, because I do think one thing I've seen, I see very
Mm,
few kids that are even very good kids here, to where if you watch them, you're going, that's a damn good player. Very few of them go play and get college scholarships.
Hmm.
But almost every single kid who sticks with tennis, whether they are athletic, where they are rich, middle class, low income, if there's something about tennis they like, they all get straight A students. They're all straight A
Hmm.
students, and they all go to good colleges, and they all get great jobs. There's something in the water about kids who will stick with tennis. So I think it's actually more of our responsibility to motivate what the kid is going to like and keep them in tennis rather than make them feel like, if you can't get to college tennis
I
and you're
like that
wasting your
view.
time.
That's good.
That's my thought. Yeah. All right, one more thing before we leave. So
Hmm.
people are, most people, this is not the kids. Most people struggle with motivation, and you're motivated. It's not about the money. It's not about being on the tour tomorrow. It's more just an internal hunger that you have for greatness and to, I guess, impress yourself or prove to yourself that you're, you know, doing whatever it is you're trying to do. So, if someone's trying out there to get up in the morning and get a streak of at least one workout, what would you say to that person to kind of get them refocused and start their own streak of some sort?
Yeah, that's like the core, the core of the whole concept, right? um, why you do that, because a lot of people would ask me, what's the point, and why are you like basically torturing yourself? Because on most days, on most days I don't want to do it. On most days, like being 100% honest, like at least the workout, right? It's not like, oh, I'm so excited, I'm gonna do this workout. I just don't feel I want to do it, right? um, but it's, again, it's, when once you create that discipline and the momentum, then it just, it just comes. But then you ask me why and how somebody can um, start with that first step, and then how to keep going, right? I think if you think reverse, right? If you think like, what if I just, stay in bed, or if I get lazy, right? And if I just do nothing, would you be proud of yourself? How would you feel? Um, would you be, and not just that, that's the kind of like just looking yourself, but how would you impact others around, right? Imagine like you one day you're just super lazy and you stay in bed, and then you just don't feel good, energy is not good, and then would you be a fun person to be around after? How about the people around you, like later when you meet somebody and you go, and then on the other hand, if you do the workout in the morning, you get this energy, you're like full of positive vibe, and then you're gonna meet people, and then it's gonna be a big difference, right? So it's also like how you can kind of radiate that, like outside. So, but again, for me, the priceless feeling is like when you just don't want to do something, and or you think it's impossible, right? And you just do it because you want to test yourself. You want to test yourself, and you want to prove just to yourself, right? And a lot of times, the toughest workouts I did is like, just I was by myself and nobody was around. Of course, I would make a few clips there just to document that, but the majority of time I'm just by myself. Like, there's nobody to see or to cheer for you, right? You're not talking to anyone. So, and this is that. It's just, I don't know, it's tough to explain. It's just that something magical happens there, and you feel like you are in your own world. You're on top of the world, like in my own world, I'm like winning a grand slam in that moment. If I don't know if that makes sense,
It
but
does.
I set some challenge, and nobody's there. I don't care, there's no stands, there is no, like, fans cheering, but I'm like playing the final of the grand slam. It's in my mind, and that gives me this priceless feeling, very often. And even now I'm getting like a bit emotional, like goosebumps. Like, a lot of times I would get like tears during the workout, you know
Mm.
like literally, like happy tears, like these strong emotions. And then I just know this is right, like when you get this feeling, I like this feeling, I want to have it. So, and the good thing is, like, you can just turn a normal, boring day into something, extraordinary. Just by making that choice and just saying, okay, let's do something different. Let's do something special. And even if it feels impossible, or it feels like, why bother? No, you still go, because you will go through and you will get this feeling, right? And again, after, you feel so good. Like, no matter how depressed or sad, like, after every workout you will feel better. That's the default, right? Like, I can sign the, like, whatever document, that I promise that this will happen. So if nothing to take from this, it's like, when you feel shitty, you do the workout, you will feel better. Why wouldn't you do the workout then every day, right? Like, of course, some days you feel good, then you think, I don't need to do it. But then, exactly, then you do it even more, right? Then you can do more and you can progress more on a good day, because everybody, can do it on a good day. But on the bad days, turn the bad day in a good day by doing the workout, and then you make that thing as a something special on your own, and you create that momentum, and you just don't want to stop. I don't know, you try, or like, whoever is watching, you try, guys, and then you will see, once you get through, I don't know how many days, you need to get a bit, that streak, right? Streak. You need to make it a bit, I don't know, 10, 15, 20 days, and you will feel like you don't want to stop, because it's like, it's good. Yeah, it's special. I hope that
Amazing.
makes sense.
Oh,
Yeah.
it makes 100% sense, and it is so true. You hit on something big when you're like, lots of days I don't feel like doing it, but when I do it, and you do it pretty much every day now, which is amazing. You go do it and you feel better, and that's the thing. I mean, no one ever regrets working out. Like, why does it happen every day though that you wake up, you're like, I don't want to do it. I do the same thing. I wake up, I'm like, I don't
Mm,
want to do it, and then I'm certainly not on a 900 streak. I'm probably a 3 to 5 day workout person a week, and
wow, that's pretty good though.
the days that I do it, I feel so good, especially the earlier I get up and do it. And that then and it does give you that pride for the day. Like, okay, I'm
Mm,
starting out winning. I've gotten up, I got
like the
out of
win,
bed,
yes.
I've done my workout. Now I feel fresh, my mind feels focused, and now I can like go attack the day. Um, and it is a game changer, and you're certainly changing the game. And everybody, you guys need to, if you're not following him on Instagram, go to Instagram, because you will be inspired, you will be amazed, and you're
Thanks
something
for
else,
saying that.
man. So keep going, and would love to have you on for a lot more live streams and other stuff, because I totally believe in what you're doing, and everything that you do looks amazing when you're working out. I'm like, damn, that guy's unbelievable. And then when you're doing your shadow swings and your serves and you're by yourself working on your game, it's really awesome. So great job, and you guys go follow him, please, and we'll see you guys on the next video.
Thanks so much, Pete. I mean, I want to really appreciate, and all the kind words really, really means a lot. And everything you also bring into the world and the tennis community is really amazing. And thanks for all this conference that you're organizing. It's bringing together everybody in this world. And yeah, you are also amazing. And as I said in the beginning, like, I love your energy and drive. It's so positive. Yeah, hopefully we have more people like you around. It's just like so good. Yeah.
Well, I appreciate it. I appreciate it. All right, guys. This is the video you guys should watch a bunch of times. So make sure that you get your lifetime access pass, and we'll see you guys on the next video.